Jordan, and today I'm here with my special guest, my boyfriend Kevin, and today we're talking about our top 10 best book-to-movie adaptations.
Yes.
So, Kevin came up with the idea when I first started my channel, but I haven't gotten to this until now, so I thought to have him as a special guest because he's a big movie nerd, and I thought we both talk about different book-to-movie adaptations, so let's get started. We just want to let you know that these aren't in particular order. We kind of did, but then we first tried to film this, but then my battery died. That was last week when we first filmed this, but we're getting to it now. And the first book-to-movie adaptation that we love is Harry Potter, any of the Harry Potter movies.
Yep. The movie adaptation was pretty close to perfect, in my opinion. For this, yes, there was some minor characters that they cut out. My one regret is they cut out Bill, Charlie, and Dobby. I still wanted to see them, and I really wanted to see that picnic table wizarding duel before the Quidditch match.
But I mean, we can't film the movie makers to cut out those scenes because we can't make it like a 4-hour long movie.
No, we can't force them to do anything we want.
And the next one is Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, but more specifically, I'm holding The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because they started off making the movie They make the movie starting off with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is technically the second book in the series, but they start off with this book because it was published first.
Yes, there's also another movie that was made on the BBC. It's a TV movie. In my opinion, it is a steaming pile of garbage. And it's not because of how all the creatures look.
It's mostly the kids in this.
It's really the kids who play the four main characters because you see them mostly through the story. And you can look past weird adults in animal costumes. You can look past the fact that a beaver is taller than a child, when in reality they should not be. But it's mostly because the four actors who played the Pevensey children, Lucy was about the same height, if not taller, than her oldest sibling.
Which is Ed. Oh wait, that's Peter.
Peter would nowadays in a movie, and I feel like the casting for the modern one is great. And if they are going to reboot it, they should either use this one or they should do the very first book,
which is The Magician's Nephew, which I've read, and I was like, that would make more sense to start off with The Magician's Nephew than The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because it takes place before The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's because it tells you about how the kids actually got into Narnia in the first place, and no, it's not the Pevensey children, it is the two main characters before them, been to Narnia before they did, and where the White Witch came from. So.
It also explains why they got to Narnia through the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, nephew.
But keep Tilda Swinton as the White Witch.
Because she was great as the White Witch. Mm-hmm. The next book-to-movie adaptation we're going to be talking about is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. We actually both read the book, and I actually finished it before he did, but I didn't blame him because he'd rather read at his own time and not my time because I read really fast.
I read like enjoying a fine meal. I savor each bite.
But anyways, I thought that Kenneth Branagh did a good job playing Hercule Poirot, which is the main character in this book, and he has more books in the series, but you don't have to start off with the very first one. You could read Murder on the Orient Express or any other mysteries for that matter because they don't line up. I don't think they line up with the other books, do they?
A couple of them do here and there. The movie, they say, is a slow burn, but in Agatha Christie's books, it's a slow burn too. You just really have to pay attention to everything so that way you can really go, oh, I know who it is, and then we get to the end and then you go like, oh, I'm stupid, I didn't know who it was.
And I actually like how they have Johnny Depp play a character in this movie other than Jack Sparrow. I almost said Jack. Anyways, I'm glad they have Johnny Depp play characters other than Jack Sparrow because from what we've heard, he kind of wants to play other characters besides Jack Sparrow all the time. Anyways, I also like Josh Gadden in Murder on the Orient Express. I was surprised to see him in a serious movie. It's like, Robin Williams in a bunch of funny movies, but one serious movie.
It's
Kinda
hard
thing.
to remember who's in this, because there's so many actors that you know of that's in this movie that if you tried to remember every single actor that's in this movie, you'd be like, oh yeah, I knew I forgot someone, and it's always him too.
Yeah.
Because all you think of is the snowman.
Olaf and LeFou, because he was LeFou in the live-action Beauty and the Beast.
Well, he's usually an idiot.
Yeah.
He does play idiots.
Yeah, but he's a funny guy. He plays funny characters, because I enjoy Olaf and LeFou, even though he's mostly guest on Sidekick, but...
I actually got to see him on stage one time. When I went to go see the Book of Mormon, I saw him play Elder Cunningham in the Book of Mormon, and he was hilarious.
Jealous. The next one we're going to be talking about is The Princess Bride. What?
I'm sorry. I like this one a lot.
By William Goldman. Do you have anything to say about The Princess Bride, since you just bursted out laughing like a few seconds ago?
Is this a kissing one?
You mean it's a kissing book?
Is this a kissing book?
I actually have seen the movie. I've watched the movie so many times since I was 4, and I didn't know it was a book. It was a book until my 6th grade teachers read it to me. Well, teacher, but I know
You've read it so many times? Inconceivable.
You keep on saying that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Sorry that we're quoting The Princess Bride. We just been seeing it so many times together that we are like, whenever we bring up the quote, we always know what's coming, what dialogue is coming up next. Yeah, but I also liked the fighting scenes. That really impressed me. Because when I saw the bonus features, Carrie Hughes and Mandy, I forgot his name. Patinkin, actually practiced the sword fight scene before they recorded it.
They had to remember each other's lines, so that way they can get it down and they know what what to do when they say the specific line. So it's like, oh, he said this, so I need to do this backflip. Okay, well he said that, well I need to jump from this to that vine and jump down and then and etc. And of course there's the farting.
Speaking of Carrie Hughes, he also starred in another book-to-movie adaptation that we know of, is Robin Hood by Howard Pyle, and we're talking about Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That actually is a parody movie, satire. It's directed by Mel Brooks, but the satire, it was based off of it's a Robin Hood movie that came out, starring Kevin Costner and Alan Rickman. Other actors escape my mind. Oh, it's got Morgan Freeman. Mm-hmm. And those are the only 3 I remember. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I really should have watched it, especially after finding out Alan Rickman passed away. It's one of the movies I was planning on watching, but instead I did Harry Potter.
Of course, I only know Alan Rickman in Harry Potter and Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. That's the only films that I know him in, or seen him in.
He was in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that from start to finish. But we're talking about Robin Hood here.
Yes, so, I have seen multiple versions of Robin Hood, including the BBC TV series.
TV show that you were talking about, because that really grabbed my interest a bit.
You can watch that on Hulu, I believe Netflix, and also BritBox.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about is Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, I know I have The Hobbit, which is right here, but we're specifically going to be talking about Lord of the Rings because that came out first before The Hobbit.
Plus,
or we can talk about...
way too much.
Yeah, that's way too much to talk about.
Like, Tolkien, I have read most of his books. I have not read this one yet, this trilogy specifically yet. But he was he was a genius when it came to writing. The fact that he wrote an entire world with a history behind it.
Plus, he created a different language for
several different languages for this.
That's what amazed me about Tolkien, and I became a Tolkien fan after that.
Like, he basically created this whole world from scratch. Peter Jackson was able to breathe life into these characters so well that I honestly don't think that there will ever be a Lord of the Rings
remake. Yeah.
Remake or reboot. particularly the style of reboots that they're doing nowadays, that would be very strong female characters in the Lord of the Rings already, and in The Hobbit.
Yes.
They're very Galadriel is definitely the top of the list, and Cate Blanchett really brought that character to life.
And Eowyn. I enjoyed her character too.
Yeah, Eowyn, she was a really good character in that. I feel like, you don't need, like, in my opinion nowadays, my opinion of a strong female character is not you need as many as you can, but for the little you have, a strong character is, do they stand up even if there's a bunch of other characters that seem better?
Mm-hmm.
And definitely those characters, though there are only about 3, they definitely stood out.
Yep. And there's also Arwen too. I almost forgot about her.
Liv Tyler, she did a wonderful job. Her character's arc got expanded because it was actually very minimized in the books, but they expanded it because they didn't want to pay thousands of dollars for another actor to do one scene in one part of the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually read this. Oh, Donald fell.
Yeah.
Anyways, I actually read this as a requirement read for my English class in college, and I didn't expect to like Tolkien until my teacher talked about how much he's a big Tolkien fan, and then now I became a Tolkien fan after reading this whole trilogy during the whole semester.
I'll probably listen to the book on tape on a big trip.
Yeah, like Gen Con, because we're going to be there.
Bigger. I need something bigger than that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, yeah, we have really enjoyed Lord of the Rings movie adaptation.
You want to put the duck up?
Yep, he's misbehaving right now.
You thought about, like, getting something to put on his foot?
Well, it's because one's flat and the other isn't. That's the problem.
I know, but, like, think about putting something to put on his foot to anchor it more, and then that way the one that isn't won't be that much of a problem anymore.
Mm-hmm. The next book to movie adaptation we're going to be talking about is Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. More specifically, the one that Disney made. Just because there's so many adaptations that I think this one's close to the book is because of that. What?
To my knowledge, there's only 2.
Yeah, I know. But there's a TV show that was like a prequel to Treasure Island that you've watched.
Yeah, but we can talk about that.
Okay. Anyways, I recently saw the 1950s Treasure Island starring Bobby Driscoll. Driscoll. I mispronounced his last name. I'm sorry. He's the one who's the voice of Peter Pan in Disney's Peter Pan, and he plays Jim Hawkins in this adaptation.
He also plays a little boy in the Forbidden Disney movie.
Yep.
In America.
Yep. The next book to movie adaptation we're going to be talking about is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. Yes, Kevin's thinking about Peter Pan Goes Wrong, which we have seen so many times. If you want to check it out, look on YouTube, but the whole thing is not there anymore, but they still show some clips of it. It's really funny, and I had to go to the bathroom 3 times after watching that, because it was that funny. But another Peter Pan adaptation that I enjoyed is Disney's version, which is going to be turned into live action, which I'm nervous about because I don't see Reese Witherspoon as a fairy material. Please don't send me any comments for that, but I just don't see him as Tinkerbell material.
Yeah, but who do you see that? Then is that?
I honestly just hoping it's not Reese Witherspoon. That's all I have to say, because she does not look like a Tinkerbell.
Maybe it could be Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't see her as Tinkerbell.
Why not? She's got a short temper, and most of her characters are, like, quick to anger. I mean, look at the Hunger Games. Kat is mostly yelling at somebody.
Oh yeah, that is true. But another adaptation of Peter Pan that we've seen was the 2003 Peter Pan adaptation.
Yes.
And it's with Jason Isaacs as Captain Hook and Mr. Darling, which is actually Peter Pan play tradition, because it was a play before it was a book.
Still
So-
can't beat the best Peter Pan movie ever. Hook.
Oh
With
yeah,
Robin
I almost
Williams
forgot
as
about
Peter
that.
Pan.
Yeah, I almost forgot about Hook. I also liked Maggie Smith as Wendy.
Yep.
And it's funny how, like, she actually admits that she still had feelings for him even though she chose to grow up, and he's like, you betrayed me. How can you grow up and betray me? When he made that choice to let Wendy go, even though he wanted her to stay in Neverland with him. The next book to movie adaptation, of course, you guys will have guessed because I'm a big fan of it, is The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. Kevin has not read the books, but he has seen the movies.
Yep.
So,
It stars my choice of Tinkerbell.
but anyways, from my experience, I've read all 3 books before I saw the first movie, and I became a fan ever since. And what I like about it is, in the movies they expanded on different perspectives. Meaning, in this book, you only see Katniss' perspective of a story, and in the movies, you get to see hers and the Capitol's perspective. Because I wanted to know what happened outside of the arena when Katniss was there, while what else was going on outside the arena. So that's from my experience of the Hunger Games.
I liked Woody Harrelson, and I liked Josh Hutcherson in this movie.
And you like Jennifer Lawrence in this.
I liked
in the
her
Hunger
performance in this. It would be kind of funny, like with Karen Gillan being bald as Nebula. And then, of course, you need to get that last Hemsworth in the Marvel movie.
Because everybody wants that to happen.
Got to keep that triangle, and then his fiance can stop making fun of him.
The last book to movie adaptation we're going to be talking about is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And the only version of The Great Gatsby that I've seen is with Leonardo DiCaprio. I haven't seen other versions, and I don't think I have any other desire to see the previous versions. That's just my opinion. Please don't send me hate comments on that. So,
Ditto.
yeah. But I thought, Kevin and I both thought it was adapted, it was close to a book, but Kevin has not read, but I think it was close to a book because they gave more background about Gatsby. That's what I liked about it, and I liked all the actors that portrayed the characters in this book, and I don't think any other person would play those characters. I don't know who's the best in this one, so...
I did like how in the movie they did adapt the fast-talking 1920s speaking. In the 20s they did speak a lot faster than the way we speak. It was always like, almost like they were always in a hurry, constantly, which is really weird because we are always in a hurry nowadays. It's really shocking that we actually talk slow, but we do everything else fast.
So that's all for the book to movie adaptation. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below some of your favorite book to movie adaptations because I want to know. I didn't add any books that are romance books that was turned into movies. I'm sorry, but I probably will in a separate video because Kevin does not like romance books or romance movies, and I know he's trying to copy me right now just to be funny. But I'm also going to be teaching a game on his channel, so you should go subscribe to his channel if you want to see it, and I'll have all of his links down below. And if you want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook under Last Reader, and I have Twitter and Instagram on Last Reader 19. I also have Goodreads, which I'll link down below. If you don't want to miss any of my new videos, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!